Path of Self-Mastery, A Stoic's Journey. Chapter 1. The Awakening. Leonard Carter had everything a young man could desire: money, a successful career, and an endless supply of distractions. Yet deep inside, he felt hollow. Nights spent indulging in fleeting pleasures left him drained, and an addictive cycle of instant gratification consumed his time and energy. One evening, after another mindless binge of indulgence, he stumbled upon an old book in his father's library. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. He read a passage that struck him. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Leonard paused. Was he truly in control of himself? Or was he merely a slave to his desires? This question haunted him until he resolved to seek an answer. Chapter 2. The Mentor's Wisdom. Determined to change, Leonard sought guidance. He remembered an old professor, Dr. Richard Graves, who had once lectured on philosophy and self-mastery. He visited the professor's small, book-filled apartment. Dr. Graves listened patiently to Leonard's struggle and then said, "You're fighting against your own nature, Leonard. You seek pleasure, but you don't seek fulfillment. Do you know what the Stoics say about pleasure?" Leonard shook his head. "They call it a tyrant. It rules over the weak and enslaves them. If you want to be free, you must master yourself." Dr. Graves handed him another book, Epictetus's Discourses. "Read this, and when you're ready, come back." Chapter 3. The First Battle, Breaking the Chains. Leonard devoured the book. He realized that his habits weren't just bad decisions. They were chains. And if he wanted to be free, he had to break them. The first step was discipline. He deleted all sources of temptation, set a strict routine, and started meditating daily. But the hardest part was fighting his own mind. Each night, his urges returned, whispering, "Just this once." His hands trembled, his thoughts screamed, but he recalled Epictetus's words. "No man is free who is not master of himself." Instead of giving in, he went for a run, did push-ups, or read philosophy. The battle was painful, but each small victory strengthened him. Chapter 4. The Power of Purpose. Avoiding temptation wasn't enough. Leonard needed a higher purpose. Without one, he would always fall back into old habits. He asked himself, "What do I truly want?" Dr. Graves suggested journaling. Every night, Leonard wrote his thoughts, his struggles, and his victories. Over time, a new vision emerged. He wanted to build something meaningful, to help others escape the trap he had fallen into. He started a blog, sharing his journey and the wisdom of Stoicism. Surprisingly, thousands resonated with his message. His purpose gave him strength, and the urges lost their grip on him. Chapter 5. The Fire of Hardship. Change is never easy. One night after months of progress, Leonard faced a crushing disappointment, a betrayal by a close friend. Anger and despair surged within him, and the old temptations returned, stronger than ever. For the first time in months, he nearly gave in. But then he remembered Seneca's words, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Instead of running from the pain, he embraced it. He sat in silence, letting the emotions wash over him. And then he did the hardest thing, nothing. He simply observed his suffering, refusing to numb it with pleasure. And as the night passed, he felt something new, true strength. Chapter 6. The Transformation. Months turned into years. Leonard was no longer the man he once was. He had mastered his desires, built a strong body and mind, and created a movement that inspired others to reclaim their self-control. One evening, he visited Dr. Graves again. "You've changed," the old professor said with a smile. "I finally understand," Leonard replied. "Freedom isn't about doing what you want. It's about mastering yourself so that desires don't control you." Dr. Graves nodded. "And what have you learned about pleasure?" Leonard smiled. "That it's fleeting, but virtue, strength, and purpose, those last forever." Chapter 7. The Legacy. Leonard continued his journey, mentoring others just as Dr. Graves had mentored him. His blog turned into books, his books into lectures, and his message reached millions. One day, a young man approached him and said, "I was lost, but your story helped me change my life." Leonard saw himself in the young man's eyes. He placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Remember, master yourself, and you master the world." And so, the cycle continued. A new generation took up the torch of self-mastery, proving that true strength comes not from indulgence, but from discipline, purpose, and the wisdom of the Stoics. YouTube call to action script. Scene opens with energetic background music. Host: "Hey everyone, if you're enjoying our content on Living My Stoic BD, don't forget to show some love, the quick cuts of past exciting content." Host: "Hit that like button, drop a comment below, and most importantly, share this video with your friends." Animation of a bell ringing. Host: "And don't forget to subscribe and smash that notification bell so you never miss an update from Living My Stoic BD. See you in the next video.